Hey everyone, I'm Andy and this is Easy Tiki Drinks. And today on the channel, I'm going to be showing you the worst Mai Tai ever. So let's shake it up. So the worst Mai Tai ever, it's the Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai. And if you kind of stay with me till the end, I'm going to tell you exactly why I think it's possibly the worst Mai Tai in all of history. But before we even get into the history of it, let's just go over the ingredients of what we're going to need to make this thing because it's a bit of a mouthful. First, we're going to need aged Jamaican rum, orange Curacao, Orgeat, orange juice, pineapple juice, and lime juice. The aged Jamaican rum I'm using is Smith & Cross. The orange Curacao is Pierre Ferrand's dry Curacao. The Orgeat is homemade, and all three of the juices are fresh squeezed. Let's rearrange this because it's a bit of an ingredient list. So as you can see, there's multiple ingredients in this Mai Tai, which is not like your typical Mai Tai. Speaking of which, I would love to hear in the comments below, do you know what the difference between a Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai and Trader Vic's 1944 Mai Tai is? If you do, comment below. I'd love to see who knows. Anyway, as I was saying, a whole slew of ingredients, and this is a simplified version. The traditional version actually has even more ingredients. Can you imagine that? You know what? Normally I go over the history and everything, but I think this time I'm just gonna build the Mai Tai, and then I'm gonna sip on it while I go over the history and why I think it's the worst Mai Tai, and maybe, just maybe, but I doubt it, it'll change my mind. So let's build this. First, I'm gonna need half an ounce of lime juice. A whole ounce of pineapple juice, whole ounce of orange juice. Already this is a big cocktail. Half ounce of Orgeat. Quarter ounce of our dry Curacao. And 2 ounces of our aged Jamaican rum. Next up, we're gonna add ice to our shaker. Give it a nice little whack and whip shake for about 5 to 8 seconds. Now, normally I whip shake for about 5 seconds, but because there's pineapple juice in here, I wanted to whip shake for a little bit longer, try to really aerate and froth up that pineapple juice. We've got our double rocks glass right here, so we're just gonna open pour into that. Look at that froth. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I did the 8 seconds. For a garnish, we're gonna go true Trader Vic's fashion with a mint sprig. Give it a nice little whack, rip off the bottom piece that I don't need, stick it right in there, and because it's nice and pretty, we'll go with an orchid. Don't forget your straw. By the way, the straws that I use are glass straws. They are reusable and they're from Surfside Sips, so if you want 20% off your next order, make sure to follow the link in the comments below for my affiliate link, and feel free to purchase yours and get a little discount, and helps me out too, so really appreciate it. And there you have it, the Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai. Let's give it a try. Okay, so before I go into what I think about this Mai Tai, because I'm still gonna sip on this, but I really don't think my opinion has changed. Let's go over the history of this thing. So the Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai was created by Trader Vic. Basically what happened was in the 1950s, Vic went to work for the Royal Hawaiian Hotel out of Waikiki. And over time, his Mai Tai changed to the flavor profile and the preferences of his guests at the hotel. It became sweeter, it became more fruit juice. And you've got more juice in this. You've got 2.5 ounces of juice in total, as opposed to the 1 ounce that you get from your traditional standard Mai Tai. So why do I think this is the worst Mai Tai ever? Honestly, the Mai Tai itself isn't bad, but I hate what it's done for the Mai Tai name. This is kind of what caught fire and has now become the more standardized version of what you get at a Mai Tai in a restaurant. So when you get a Mai Tai at a restaurant, especially here in the Northeast at Chinese food restaurants, you get this bastardized pineapple, orange, and grenadine thing that is sickeningly sweet with like light rum, Bacardi that just disappears in the entire thing. So it's because of this cocktail right here that restaurants have shifted towards that. And here's the thing. If they just called it a Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai or an Island Mai Tai or just differentiated it in one way, shape, or form, I wouldn't care. I would feel better about it. But because they simply call it a Mai Tai, it's misleading. And that's what I hate. I hate when you sell me one thing and then serve me something different. And it's all because of this cocktail, which is what makes it the worst Mai Tai in all of history. And by the way, sipping on this has not changed my opinion of it. It is still overly sweet for my tastes. The orange and pineapple kind of overtake everything. And the rum, even though I'm using Smith & Cross, which is a funky Jamaican rum, does get lost. The Curacao gets lost. The Orgeat just adds additional sweetness. The almond is almost extinct in this thing. So there's a lot going on in this cocktail that just doesn't play to my palate. And honestly, it's just not my favorite Mai Tai. And like I said, because of the history of it, honestly, I think it's the worst. I would love to hear what you have to say about the Royal Hawaiian Mai Tai. Thumbs up, you like it? Thumbs down. In the comments below, let's vote. Thumbs up, you like it? Thumbs down in the comments. I want to see who likes it and who doesn't. If you've got some feedback on it as to why you don't like it or why you do like it, make sure to leave those in the comments as well. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Click that little notification bell so you know when I drop new videos. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at EasyTikiDrinks, and until next time, take it easy.